So I went and saw X-Men Dark Phoenix, or just Dark Phoenix, the last X-Men movie, if we're not counting New Mutants, which who is. I saw all the reviews. I had seen how it got pushed back, so I thought this is probably gonna suck. So I went into it with really low expectations. And I could say, I will say, is this a good movie? No, not really. Is this the worst movie ever made? No, it's not. To me, it's not even the worst X-Men movie made. It's got some really cool parts. It's got some not cool parts. It was just kind of okay. To me, it felt a lot like Apocalypse. I just rewatched Apocalypse the night before I went and saw this. Um, and it felt very Apocalypse-like. I don't even really know. I don't know. I probably still liked Apocalypse a little bit better than this, but let's get into the positives and the negatives. Um, and then I'll give my score and we'll move on. The positives, I do like the chick here from Game of Thrones. I can't remember her name all of a sudden, but the girl, it'll come to me in the middle of this review. But the girl who's playing Jean Grey here, I like her. Sometimes she's acting a little harder than everybody else, and it kind of shows. But I felt like her role in this movie is pretty good. She shows a lot of emotion, and I did like this Phoenix arc better than the one in X3, X-Men United, whatever it was called. I felt like they did a better job here. I liked the action scenes were really cool. There's a lot of really cool moments involving Storm. Storm I really like a lot. And there's a lot of really cool stuff that Jean Grey and the Phoenix does. Nightcrawler's really cool in certain scenes. All the action scenes are really cool. And I enjoyed the music by Hans Zimmer. I enjoyed the special effects. All looked pretty fine to me. I know there were some reviewers that were saying the special effects were garbagey. I don't know. I feel like the special effects were fine. I didn't really see anything really glaring or horrible. I will say maybe in the train scene, it felt like you were really close up on the action, but it wasn't like shaky cam bad or anything. You could tell what was going on. So I enjoyed that. Other than that, I would say, let's get into the negatives because the biggest negative I have of this film is that in the trailer they gave away a character death, and I hate that because their excuse was, well, we just want to let you know that this is going to be dark and there's going to be consequences. No, I thought maybe, well, this happens at the beginning of the movie. It really happens like, I don't know, like 30, 40 minutes into the movie. I felt like it would be a lot more impactful if we didn't see that coming. I don't know if like it leaked out, so they're like, screw it, let's put it in the trailer. I don't know, but it just felt cheapened by the fact that I knew it was coming. That really bugged me. The dialogue sometimes is a little bad. The pacing in the movie is a little off at times. The end, I wasn't really feeling. The biggest problem with the movie, other than, like I said, them giving away that character death, is the villain. They're really focusing on the Dark Phoenix storyline, but you do have these other villains running around, and they were kind of lame. You've seen some of the stuff from these villains in other movies before, and they were just, especially towards the end, the last big action scene, they just run towards something, and it's kind of goofy, the end scene. I wasn't feeling it. I'd say another negative of this is because this is going to be our end X-Men movie, and this was kind of a letdown, and it's kind of depressing to be the end. It'd be like almost if um, we ended all of the MCU films with Infinity War, and so it doesn't have like a real final conclusion to it. I will say some of the actors felt like they kind of checked out of this one. So I don't know. There's no end credit scene. There's nothing to get you pumped about them joining the MCU, which I don't think is going to happen anyways. I think Disney's going to reboot all these characters. So this is probably it. But as far as, like I said, is it the worst thing ever made? No. Would I definitely add this to my Blu-ray collection to complete the set and watch this movie again? Yes, for the action scenes alone, yeah. And to see what's her name's performance as Jean Grey. So, yeah. I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it. It's not the greatest thing ever. I'm thinking about doing a ranking of all the X-Men movies, and yeah, this probably wouldn't make the top half, but it was an all right time. So I think I'm gonna give X-Men Dark Phoenix a 3.5 out of 5. So yeah, I give it a fresh review, which most critics aren't. And until next time, this is Rainy Cage. Peace out.